This video will cover set 3, which starts on page 2-15. What we are going to look at are consecutive numbers. So consecutive means in a row. So we're going to look at 3 different sets of consecutive numbers: consecutive regular numbers, then consecutive even numbers, and consecutive odd numbers. So consecutive numbers is as simple as 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth. So what we need to have is we need to have an algebraic way to describe any set of consecutive numbers. So the way we do that is we're going to always call our first number x, or you can call it n, whatever is more comfortable for you. So then you need to describe mathematically how to get the second number from the first number. Well, since it's the next one, you simply add 1. So x plus 1. Then you add another 1, so that becomes x plus 2, x plus 3, so on and so forth, depending on how many you need. So for consecutive numbers, you always just start with a variable and then keep adding 1 as you go from there. Consecutive even numbers would go 4, 6, 8, so on and so forth. Same thing, you're going to start with a variable. I'll use n just so you can see that it doesn't matter. Instead of adding 1, though, we need to get to 6, so we would have to add 2. So which means our next one would be n plus 4, n plus 6, so on and so forth. Odd numbers is where it gets a little bit trickier, so that would be like starting with 5, 7, 9, so on and so forth. So I'm going to start with x again, so you can again use whichever variable you want. Most people think you need to do plus 1 or plus 3 because those are odd numbers, but you don't. If you start with an odd number like you have to, in order to get to the next odd number, you need to add 2 again. It's 2 away. So another 2 makes it 4 total, 6, so on and so forth. So your even and odds are going to look the same. It all depends on what number you start with, if it's an even number or an odd number. So 14, the sum of 2 consecutive numbers is 123. So this is how I do this. One number plus the next number has to be 123. So I like to leave myself lines. You don't need to do that, but that's just something that helps me. So I'm going to call it n, and then n plus 1. So just regular consecutive integers or numbers. So 2n plus 1 is equal to 123. So I'm going to subtract 1. 2n equals 122. Divide, and n equals 61. So that means my numbers are 61 and 62. Those two do add to 123. 15, same thing. The sum of 2 consecutive numbers is 85. So first one plus the second one has to be 85. So I'm going to do an x just so you can see that it doesn't matter what variable you use. X plus 1. So 2x plus 1 has to equal 85. Subtract 1, 2x equals 84. Divide, x equals 42. So 42 and then 43. So you can write an and sign. You can write the word and. You can just put a comma If it's more than one or more than two numbers, you're not going to want to write and a whole bunch of times, so you can just use commas. 16, we want two consecutive even numbers. So I still just want two numbers who add to 54. Only now they're even. So I'm going to do x, then my next one needs to be x plus 2. To get the next even number, I need to go two numbers away. So now instead of 2x plus 1, I've got 2x plus 2 is equal to 54. You'll notice that a lot of these are going to end up looking the same. It all just depends on how many numbers you're adding together. Subtract 2 from both sides. 2x equals 52. Divide x equals 26. So we get in the habit of writing 26 and 27, but that's not correct. We need our even numbers. So 26 and 28. If you would have added 26 and 27, you would not have gotten 54. So that's why you always want to check your answers. "17, the sum of two consecutive odd numbers is 128. So two numbers have to add to 128. So x, and then again, the next odd one is 2 away, so x plus 2. So 2x plus 2 has to equal 128. Subtract 2, 2x equals 126. Divide x equals 63. So again, it needs to be two odd numbers in a row, 63, then 65 for your answer. "18, the sum of three consecutive even numbers. So 1, 2, 3 is 138. So our first one, 2 away to get the next even one, and then 4. So it always goes back to the first one. So it's 4 more than the first one or 2 more from the second one, however you want to think of it. So now when we combine like terms, we have 3x plus 6 is equal to 138. Subtract 6, 3x equals 132. Divide by 3, x equals 44. So that means our numbers are 44, then 46, then 48. Make sure you list all of them. Again, you'll want to add all those together to make sure you get 138. Number 19, the sum of three consecutive odd numbers is 57. So x plus 2, x plus 4. Again, even though they're odd numbers, you still add 2 and add 4. So 3x plus 6 is equal to 57. Subtract 6, 3x equals 51. Divide by 3, x equals 17. So 17, then 19, then 21 would be our three consecutive odd numbers. Okay, 20 gets a little bit tricky. The sum of three consecutive numbers is 33 more than the smallest one. So this is why we always go back to the smallest one. So we still have 3, but instead of giving us a number, it's 33 more than the smallest. So that's x plus 33. So this is x, x plus 1, x plus 2. So 3x plus 3 is equal to x plus 33. So subtract x from both sides. 2x plus 3 is equal to 33. Subtract 3. 2x equals 30. Divide by 2, x equals 15. So 15, 16, and 17 would be our final answer. And our last one. In cross country, the team score is determined by the place each individual runner finished. So first place gets 1 point, 16 place gets 16 points, so on and so forth. In their latest meet, the cross country team scored 55 points. If there were 5 runners on the team and each runner finished one after another, so right in a row, what places did they each come in? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runners have to total 55 points. And they're right after each other. So x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3, and x plus 4. So combine like terms, 5x plus 10 is equal to 55. Subtract 10, 5x equals 45. Divide, and x equals 9. So it says what places did they come in? 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th would be our final answer.